Go. Hello, I'm Megan Tucker, and I'm from the Palmdale Aerospace Academy. Our school is special in that it's a free public charter school, and it's a conglomeration between Palmdale School District, the City of Palmdale, as well as the Aero Institute. I run a 7th grade Civil Air Patrol Aerospace Club at the school, and we are super excited to be participating in the Intermediate Space Challenge. My kids can't wait to build rockets. We've done a lot of learning about the rockets that NASA has launched, and they are so excited to get their hands on an actual model rocket that's going to blast off.
Okay, I was invited by SpaceX twice in the last year to attend the Falcon 9 launch. The first one I went down to the Cape and it went psst, and it launched 3 days later, but I didn't have 3 days to stay around. I was invited back down this last week, flew down Thursday, got in late, got up early, went out, watched a countdown that was not interrupted for 1 second from the time they started, hit the go button. 9 minutes into the flight, they had a problem, lost communications with the Dragon capsule, and to sit there in the control room, I actually took video. I need to show it to you one day. I was standing there with Mark Kelly and Michael Lopez Alegría. Now you might know Mark Kelly by name, Gabby Gifford's husband, and the shuttle commander, watching this commercial vehicle take fresh fruit to the station. Now I'm standing there with Michael, and Michael commanded the ISS for 7 months, and he said, I bet the whole world listening to the press right now is wondering why we're taking fresh fruit to the station, and the next words are at a cost of $1.6 billion. And he said, I don't think anybody ever thought to take fresh fruit to the station, because you took off and it was 4 or 5 days rendezvousing, getting alongside, and then making your approach and docking, and by that time it's not fresh fruit anymore. He said, but it took a commercial guy to come out here, and they had a little space, so they put this in there, and it had a hand of bananas and a few apples and fresh fruit, and it arrived 24 hours later. And he said, it's a new day. And here are two career NASA astronauts who both commanded station, flown with the Soviets, flown with us, and they said, it's always those little things that become the difference. And I was fascinated to sit there with several hundred people and hear the comments, the cheers, to see a control room of a handful of youngsters figure out a problem to reestablish comms, get the thrusters working, to hear the comments, well, NASA may want us to return it on the next orbit. And then to hear them say, no, we're going to the station. And it's emotional. I mean, to feel emotion in the room and to see a small cadre of people and their dedication working with NASA, hand in glove. I mean, it was a camaraderie. It was really enlightening to see. It's exactly what we're doing, John. It's the right things to be doing right now.
Well, Brian, it's nice to see you here at the Mojave Air and Spaceport meeting.
Thank you.
And I understand from Michelle Vance at the Rosamond Municipal Advisory Council meeting that you're going to have a new job in the county.
Yes, sir. I'm the new field rep for Zach Scrivener, and I'm going to be taking over from Michelle in April full-time.
Okay.
And I look forward to working with you guys.
Good, good. And you said you're from Tehachapi?
Yes, sir.
Are you a Tehachapi warrior?
I was, yes.
You were?
I was a Tehachapi warrior, yes.
All right. Well, good. Well, welcome to Rosamond. We look forward to meeting you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Good evening. We have some very special students this evening that are here to do some presentations. They worked very hard all fall for the Oral Language Festival. These students were able to win in our school site competition, went on to the regional competition, and were able to place first place there as well. They participated in the county event, and they did a fantastic job, and were great representatives for our school district. They're here today to perform for you. I would also like to recognize Mrs. Hahn, who worked diligently with these students months and months on end. She's going to come up here right now with me. Come on, Mrs. Hahn. And she'll introduce the first group.
We'd also like to thank Mr. Starkey. Mr. Starkey went to Bakersfield to serve as a judge on his own time. And not only did he stay for our 4th through 6th grade competition, but they roped him into the 7th and 8th grade competition as well. And they asked him to come back next year. So thank you very much, Mr. Starkey. We're going to start with our group. They won 3rd place in Tehachapi, and this is one of Mr. Starkey's favorites because he got to be the MC for the groups in Bakersfield. So will our group, our first choir, please come forward?
Sloppy Joe by Dave King. Mom says I'm the first kid in history to take a school picture with gum stuck in his hair. You can barely notice. My room looks a little bit messy, but I know exactly where everything is. Everything except my bearded dragon, a few of his crickets, and a grilled cheese sandwich I lost last summer. When you're sloppy, people are always telling you what to do. Clean out your nose, stand up straight, comb your hair, pull up your pants, tie your shoes. I'd rather be raised by alligators. I've always been good at being sloppy. I slurp, slouch, talk with my mouth full, and put my elbows on the table without even trying. Dad says I'm a natural. So do Grammy and Big Grandpa. They spread newspapers all around me when we dinner at their house. How do they know a meatball can roll that far?
Got that.
Today's meeting was a meeting of the Water Rates Committee, and we needed to set a water rate for recharge in our water bank. And it's a first step, and it basically staff made a recommendation as how much we should charge for our customers to put water in the water bank.
Sure.
Now there's a lot of other opportunities. There are once we have facilities in place, we have extraction capability. There's going to be a lot of other things, a lot of other possibilities. People want to firm up their water supplies. They want to have dry year supplies. Those things are all into the future. And this was kind of an opportunity. We had to set the rate for the recharge rate for this year, but it's an opportunity for us to talk, maybe to start the conversation about how many opportunities we have in the Antelope Valley to recharge water and how we would approach that.
Sure, and what would be the recharge rate that was set today?
The staff recommendation to the committee was $260 an acre foot.
Okay.
And what that is state water project cost, pumping cost, basically to get it to the Antelope Valley.
Sure.
Plus a little bit of an O&M overhead cost, about 9%.
Okay.
So that $260 was really a reflection of the cost that the state water project charges
Sure.
the Antelope Valley East Kern Water Agency.
Sure. Now, would there be an extraction charge on top of that when the customer wants to take that water back out?
There would be a return cost, but right now we're estimating the return cost to be pretty reasonable.
Okay.
My estimate, today's dollars, would be $160 an acre foot.
I see.
But that's totally an estimate. That's shooting from the hip. But it's very inexpensive to get water in the ground, and for our customers, because they're paying a lot of these costs, to get the water back is going to be reasonable. It's a lot cheaper than these dry year programs when we have to try to buy water from Northern California, because that could be $500–600 an acre foot.
Sure. And AVEK has water to sell right now to the customers with contracts.
A little. This is an unusual. Well, every year is an unusual water year, but this year we've got a 40% allocation, and that's probably just enough to meet existing demands for our customers, and a little bit extra for customers who are interested in recharging. So there's
Sure.
probably 5,000 or 10,000 acre feet that's available for recharge.
Okay, and the board then will vote on this on the March 12th meeting.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, it'll be a motion anyway.
Right.
Well, good. Thanks very much.
You bet.
Yeah, good.